In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to use the Fireball presets that I made in Adobe After Effects CS4. You can use it in CS4 and up. So if you have CS5, you can use it. If you have CS 5.5, you can use these presets. So first, all you have to do is File, make a new document. So File, new project. Yes. No, you don't have to save it, but you just make a new file, then File, Import File, then choose your video footage. Mine's going to be this one. Then you just click Open. Then you grab the video footage you want, drag it onto this icon, which is the new composition icon, put it there. After you do that, you're going to make a new layer. So Layer, New, Solid, or you can just hit Control Y. Make comp size, I just choose black. I'm not sure if it'll work with any color, so just choose black just in case. And then just in case you're going to be using multiple fireballs, you should name the layer Fireball 1 and then just like number them or name them whatever you want, whichever will be easier to help you know which layer is what fireball. Then after you do that, you go into the Effect and Presets panel and type it. After you install the presets to After Effects, you go here. If you don't have this, just go Window, and then make sure you have the Effects and Presets panel checked off. If you don't, it'll look like this. All you gotta do is go Window, Effects and Presets, and check it off. Then you should have it. Then type in Fireball. And then you just choose whichever one you're going to want to work with. I'm just going to use the actual fireball, not any of the different colored fireballs. Then you're going to find where the fireball actually comes in. So it comes in about there. Comes in right there. Then you're just going to drag this all the way to the end of the footage or wherever you're going to want it to be. Then you can just resize it by holding shift and then just dragging it like that. And if it's too small, you can just do the opposite and drag it this way like that. Then you just put it in the center of the hand or wherever you want it to be coming from. You can fool around with like the amount, with the amount of vector blur, which will kind of change it more like that, so it looks a little bit more watery. You can just play around with all these different aspects of the preset. If you fool around with the longevity, the longevity will just change certain aspects of the effect around. I'm just going to undo that. And then pretty much just fool around with all the attributes of the effect just to get a feel for it. If you want it to look a little bit different than how I set it up. Then after you get it to look the way you want it to look, you're gonna go down, you're gonna click this drop down arrow so that it drops down Effects and Transform, and then Transform. You're gonna keyframe opacity, keyframe scale, and keyframe position. Then you're gonna go throughout the footage and then just move it the way you want it to be moved. So I'm gonna go see how right now it's pretty much the hand staying still. Now the hand's starting to move, so I'm gonna move it a little bit. Now I'm gonna go back just to see if it looks like it kind of blends in with that, and it does. So pretty much you're just gonna keep doing that. I'm going to pause the video and then just keyframe the position, then I'll show you how to do the scaling. Okay, and now after you get all your keyframes with the position, you just play it back just to see if it seems like it's following the hand the right way, or whatever you want the course of it to be. Just press the space bar, and it looks like it's following the hand pretty well. Little choppy, but you can always fix that. Just like fool around with moving things around at certain keyframes, deleting keyframes. You gotta play with it a little bit. Now I'm gonna show you how to do how to change the scaling of it, which is pretty easy. Pretty much all you do is make sure your layer is selected, make sure the stopwatch is checked where you want it to start, transforming. Then just go to wherever you think it should be at the maximum. I usually go about halfway, so that it kind of just like goes up and then goes back down. And then all you do is you click on one of the four corners of the red box, hold shift, just drag it up to the size you want it to be, and then just change the positioning of it a little bit. And then after you do that, go probably to the end, and then just shrink it back down a little bit by doing the exact opposite, just bringing it in a little bit like that, and then go like that, and then just shrink it a little bit more. Or just copy the first scales keyframe by going over to it, right click, or just go over to it, click it, hold control, hit C. If you're on the Mac, then it'll be Command C. Then you go to the last frame of the video, and then just hit Control V to paste it. And then it'll go back to its normal size. Then just go back here and hit this button right here and click it, and it'll RAM preview. So depending on how long your video is, it'll vary on how long it takes for it to render, but since this is only a 2-second clip and there's not really that much intense stuff, it only took like a second to render. That's pretty much all you gotta do. And then, like I was telling you before, you just fool around with different aspects of it, like the velocity. You'll get different types of effects with the velocity, changing the gravity around, changing the animation from explosive to twirl. Will give you something a little different. To fire, I'll change it a little bit. Just gotta fool around with pretty much everything and the effects, and eventually you'll be able to get exactly what you're looking for. So hope this video helped. If you have any questions or need help downloading the presets, go to my website. It's in the description. You can follow us on Facebook. Just go to the website. It's under the Contact Us, and then that's the best way to contact me is through the Facebook group that I posted. And you'll be able to or you could comment on one of my YouTube videos, send me a message on YouTube, whatever you want. I'll even take requests for new effects I'm going to build. So if you have any ideas, just let me know, and when I get the chance, I'll add them to the site. I'll try to figure out myself how to make them, and then after I do that, I'll put them on the website, and then make another tutorial video on each of those. So hopefully this helps.